Celebrities, they're just like us, or so we think. Even stars can miss the obvious right under their noses. Kelly Brook, one of the UK's most beloved media personalities, recently shared a laugh-out-loud anecdote on This Morning about how she and her husband, Jeremy Parisi, failed to notice James Bond himself, Daniel Craig, during an innocent dog walk. And if that wasn't amusing enough, the couple also accidentally checked into a sex motel during their recent adventure on Celebrity Race Across the World. Talk about a wild ride! Kelly Brook, known for her charm, wit, and beauty, has mingled with some of the UK's biggest stars throughout her career. But it turns out even she can miss a megastar when he's right in front of her. On This Morning, Kelly sat down with hosts Kat Deely and Ben Shepherd to recount her accidental run-in, or lack thereof, with Daniel Craig, aka 007, during a casual stroll with her husband, Jeremy Parisi. What followed was a hilarious tale of how they were so distracted that they didn't recognize one of the biggest film stars on the planet. The story unfolded as Kelly and Jeremy were out for a walk in North London, completely unaware that Daniel Craig was within feet of them, strolling casually nearby. Kelly, 44, admitted that it wasn't until after the walk that she realized they had been so close to the James Bond actor. But the real punchline came when she shared how a passing cab driver completely ignored Craig to enthusiastically greet her husband, Jeremy, who has clearly developed quite a fan following of his own. Kelly quipped, "People love Jeremy more than me now. We were on a London street yesterday, and a cab driver pulled up to say hi to Jeremy and completely ignored Daniel Craig, who was just on the street nearby." The hilarious contrast between the unnoticed global star and the warmly greeted Jeremy had the This Morning hosts in stitches, as Kelly continued to reflect on the increasingly growing popularity of her Italian model husband. But that wasn't the only mishap Kelly shared during her TV appearance. During their stint on Celebrity Race Across the World, the couple faced another comedic incident that had fans laughing out loud. Competing against fellow celebs like Jeff Brazier, Scott Mills, and Ted Lasso star Cola Bocchini, Kelly and Jeremy were trying to make their way from Brazil to Chile in the travel adventure show. And, as if navigating new countries wasn't challenging enough, the duo accidentally booked a night in what turned out to be a sex motel. In a candid moment, Kelly told the Mirror about the mishap, saying, "We didn't realize that a motel in Brazil is a sex hotel. I thought it would be like a Premier Inn, but then we realized we were in a hotel where people take their mistresses." The humorous situation escalated when the couple noticed how discreet everything was, from unseen staff to breakfast being passed through a hatch. However, they took it in stride, focusing more on getting a good night's sleep than the awkward realization of their hotel choice. As they continued on their journey, Kelly and Jeremy fought hard to win Celebrity Race Across the World, competing against Scott Mills and his husband Sam, Cola Bocchini and his cousin Mary Ellen, and Jeff Brazier and his son Freddie. The race, set across the breathtaking regions of South America, saw the teams trekking through Patagonia's stunning landscapes, crossing mountains, deserts, and even hitchhiking in their bid to reach the seaside town of Frutillar, Chile. Despite their best efforts and an early lead, Kelly and Jeremy couldn't quite outpace their competitors. BBC Radio 2 presenter Scott Mills and his husband Sam pulled ahead in the final stretch, securing the win in an exhilarating finale. Scott and Sam arrived at the finish line, marked by a Chilean flag atop a volcano, just 2 hours before Cola and Mary Ellen, who had impressively hiked the final leg on foot due to dwindling funds. Although Kelly and Jeremy placed fourth, behind Jeff Brazier and Freddie, the couple remained in high spirits. Kelly expressed her gratitude for the experience, focusing on the adventure and the joy of taking part in such an intense challenge. For Scott Mills, winning the race with his husband Sam was a deeply emotional moment. "When you open that book and see no other names, it's like nothing else," Scott said, reflecting on the victory. Kelly Brook's TV appearance reminded fans of her down-to-earth humor and ability to find the fun in even the most unexpected situations. From walking past Daniel Craig without a second glance to checking into a sex motel during a high-stakes race, Kelly and Jeremy's misadventures have brought joy and laughter to fans across the world. While they may not have won celebrity race across the world, they've undoubtedly won over hearts with their lighthearted approach to life and their hilarious stories along the way.